mean, and then the elephants have the same. So they once you have to buy the elephant, you have to purchase the elephant, so you can actually get ownership and get them out of that situation, so you can actually release them on the sanctuary.
Being open to chatting with me today. I'd love if you can just introduce yourself and the Unchained Elephants project.
Well, thanks for having me. Sure, my name is Daniel. I'm the founder and CEO of Unchained Elephants. We started the project almost 11 months ago. It was just an idea, and slowly we have started building up all the concept and the ideas to help the elephants in Thailand.
Awesome. So I'm curious, so it's an NFT art project to kind of, broadly speaking, to kind of unchain and rescue working elephants. What do you think tourists who visit Thailand or other countries that have elephants don't understand about how they're treated?
Sure. Actually, there's a lot of tourism when I come to Thailand that they don't know what's really happening behind the scenes with elephants. I mean, it actually happened to me. I did elephant riding. I did went to the shows when I came the first time in Thailand. So it was because I didn't know how these elephants are treated, so they can perform different acts or entertain the tourists. So it's purely ignorant. I think like what we don't know, and they just see these amazing photos of people on doing elephant trekking, and that seems really cool. But what we don't know is what the elephant has to go through, which is really sad. And that's what we want to change that and drive tourism to do go visit elephants on a ethical way, like in a camp where they are just roaming free, and you can feed them, take some photos. That's great, but not doing the trekking and the not so nice stuff they have to.
Sure. So you mentioned some of these camps or these sanctuaries, which I think are quite big in countries like that. How did the lack of tourism, especially over throughout the pandemic, end up affecting these elephants?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, that's basically how we started the project, because during the pandemic, we had an issue. Well, I had an marketing agency, and we were working with a couple of sanctuaries here. And when the pandemic hit and the tourism kind of dried up, then we had to. They were asking like, how can we do to get some money to feed the elephants, because there's now they're starving. I mean, the elephants depending on the tourism. So with that, and that's how the idea like came to life. Like actually, also one of my new partners, Kylie, she just joined us, and she was also raising money for the elephants. She had managed to raise $20,000. So I saw her crowdfunding campaign, and that's also like how connect the dots. Like we can actually do some art and sell the NFTs to raise the money for the elephants. That was October last year, how we started with the idea. So yeah.
And so on your website, which is now live and people can go check out, you have one of the goals as donating kind of 40% of the primary sales of these NFTs to help basically unchain and release the elephants. What made that goal seem both, I guess, achievable and necessary?
So the 40% things that we want to do two sides. One is for the elephants. 40% goes for elephants, and 60% goes to develop a travel club that we want to build. The idea is not just to sell the art and sell the NFT, but for the holders to have something additional. So if you come to Thailand, we have been in the space here in tourism for a while. So we want to set up a platform where as a holder you can have access to different discounts or activities here in Phuket. So develop this club in that way. So we have both purposes. And the 40%, the idea is because we want to rescue at least 2 elephants. I mean, minimum 2 elephants. An elephant goes around 25,000 to up to $60,000 or more, depending on the condition of the elephant, how old it is, and so on. We want to focus on elephants that are not so in worse conditions. So help the ones that are in bad conditions. That's the idea. So yeah, that's how the 40% goes to the elephants and 60% to the travel club.
Got it. And just to be clear, when you say you're paying like 25,000 or 60,000, this is to take them from maybe a place that they're being used for tourist attractions or for work, and then being able to take them to a sanctuary. Is that
Correct. So the way that it works here, if you have an elephant, it's like a property. So like having a registration of the car or your house, you have that like a book. I mean, and then the elephants have the same. So they once you have to buy the elephant, you have to pretty much purchase the elephant so you can actually get ownership and get them out of that situation, so you can actually release them on the sanctuary.
cut it? And I know, so this collection, you've been doing some work already. What impacts have you seen this collection having since your project launched?
Yes, so we did actually a small drop back in February to try it out and see what was the response. We managed to raise around $10,000, which was great. With that, 4,000 went to the elephants. So that helped 3 camps in Phuket, Khao Sok, and Pattaya, different locations in Thailand, and we helped around 6 to 8 elephants more or less with those donations. So that was actually pretty good, and that's why we before it was called the XRP Herd, and now we rebranded because we want to have this bigger mission and bigger cause. Also because the tourism is back, so the elephant situation. I mean, the food is already coming to normal more or less, but the elephants are back to work, so they're entertaining tourists. So that's the goal. Became bigger when after that initial goal.
I'm curious how you see this project playing a part in sort of a general trend of tourism and NFTs and conservation. How do you see that continuing to develop now that both tourism is coming back, NFTs are becoming more commonly understood?
The whole goal is to educate in both ways, right? Bring people from to learn about Web3 and how NFTs work, and also to educate them about tourism and how can we be a conscious tourist and not just going against just because of a nice photo or a situation, just like dolphins and so on. So there are so many causes that we can actually work and get together to improve. Like I think the NFT has a power to reach a lot of people and together do something like different impact. I mean, real impact in the world. Just not only with elephants, but with the reforestation and the corals. I mean, there's so many issues around the world. So I think this will really can trigger something. Yeah, it's already happening, but yeah, like larger scale.
Great. And you mentioned the travel club. What you mentioned a few more of the, I guess, the utility that you see that it has, and what are your hopes for it? How will that support the growth of Unchained Elephants?
True. Once you purchase the NFT, you'll be able to get access to the elephant sanctuary where we gonna place the elephant that we rescue. That's one of the main ones. The second one is, as mentioned, access to this travel platform where you can get discounts for hotels, restaurants, and activities as well here. We want to start in Phuket because that's where we are based, but ideally it's online and can do different locations. So also we in the future hopefully we can do some other projects, and by having an NFT you'll be able to access to the new projects once we release them. I don't have anything right now in mind, but I'm sure there's going to come something later on. We have merchandising coming in as well, exclusive merchandising for the holders, and you can also have a certificate of adoption. So by that you know that you're part of a rescuing an elephant in Thailand.
Amazing. I think that's what's been so encouraging about this space is you mentioned maybe not having everything plotted out, or you don't have every single idea set beforehand. But it seems like what NFTs allow, both in the kind of digital art space, gaming space, but also in tourism, is for people to have a voice in the direction that a project takes or the ways that it expands. So you can set up a framework, or you can have sort of a general path, and then people will be able to know that they're shaping it.
Absolutely. I mean, the idea is to engage with our community, and they will tell us like, hey, what about this idea? I have this project, or link up with other communities that how can we help? How can we make make something different. So definitely, like, community is a huge part, and hopefully we can the more feedback we can get, and then keep growing away.
Great. I mean, so speaking of community, what I guess are the next steps for the project? How can people get involved now and later on?
So right now we are building up our database of email addresses. We have a drip campaign coming in. That the whole idea is to explain what are we doing and how we're doing it. Ideally, the newsletter is what's going to be the main force right now, like where we kind of educate, because it's mainly with people that are not into NFTs yet. So we want to let them know how it works, and especially if you're new to crypto. Sounds a little bit scary sometimes. Have heard that from a few friends. So the idea is to go to the newsletter and subscribe there.
So just for somebody who might be new to NFTs or to crypto, but is excited about being able to contribute to the release of Elephants, is there anything kind of that you can say about your project, about how you're approaching maybe safety or security and with respect to the digital space?
Yes. So the idea, what we want to do is, if you're new to crypto, we are not expecting you to have all the wallets ready and pay with crypto. The onboarding is we want to do it through crypto with credit card payments through the website. That's going to be the first step. We have a limited collection that's going to go through the website just to swipe a credit card, and we will give you the steps of how to download the wallet and when to receive the NFT once we have them minted. So, and then by being part of our community, I mean the whole goal is to raise awareness and educate. So the more, the better. For now, for people better.
So the website is unchainedelephants.com. Do you have any other social media or platforms that you would want people to support or go to find out more information?
You can check us out on Twitter, also Instagram, and that's the two main channels right now. But we have the Discord is gonna have it open, but we need to build up a little bit more. So that's the main three.